everyone. This is Paul Fisher doing another live broadcast from the Las Vegas area of Nevada about the billion coin, which we now call the Kringle coin, because the billion coin has reached a price where very few people can purchase a whole coin, but anybody can purchase Kringles, okay, which is a division of the coin. Like Bitcoin's division is called Satoshi. Okay, in the other broadcast, I have been talking a lot about the differences between our coin, Kringle coin, and other cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin, because they were the first. They've been around the longest. Their value in their coin has been the highest of the coins that are on the coin market cap, which is a market exchange where the value can be manipulated by the wealthy, which is something that's not good. I don't know whose idea it was to put it on the market, but it did. It happened. And so everybody came out with their coins, all based on the old blockchain 1.0, the same copy that this so-called Satoshi Nakamoto came up with in 2009 to create his Bitcoin. Now, open source code had been around for a while already. I mean, the 21st century started off with kind of a bang because if you remember, if you're old enough to remember, things weren't really super mature internet-wise in the 90s, okay? It was just getting started. But right after 2000 and on, we just saw an amazing, well, the world got smaller, right? Or the world got flatter, however you want to say it, okay? In fact, one of my favorite books, okay, is called The World is Flat by Thomas L. Friedman, okay? He came out with this in 2005. It's a history basically of the 21st century, you know, only 5 years after it's got started. Of course, he talks about the 20th century, but however you want to look at it, the internet made the world smaller, made the world flatter, whatever you want to call it, okay? Not literally, of course, flat, okay? Oh, man. But anyway, and technology has just been taken off, as it has been all along, and it doubles every 18 months. And so here it's been almost 10 years since 2009, and most of those cryptocurrencies are still on the original blockchain platform, which has its limits, okay? We saw that last year when Bitcoin, the transactions slowed down, and Bitcoin had to, their miners just raised the price of their transaction fees until it got ridiculous. I mean, the transaction times were taking days. And they were charging $30 or $15 to send $15. It was nuts. Okay, but even though our coin is not on any kind of trading market exchange because it wasn't designed to, we saw the problems, our creators saw the problems that was going on, and our coin came out 2 years ago, March 21st, 2016, and we just started out with 100 people, okay? We vetted those 100, knew who they were and what they were like, and then we grew from there. Word of mouth, okay, peer to peer. But yet we had grown so much by last year, 2017, the same time Bitcoin got backed up and you know, backloaded with all of these transactions, because every time there's a trade made on an exchange, that is considered a transaction. So it wasn't because they were doing massive peer-to-peer transactions, you know, like Visa and MasterCard and, you know, everywhere. It was because they had been put it on a trading exchange. And so us, on the other hand, with the Kringle coins, we saw a huge slowdown, same thing. But it was because we, as a community, were doing so many peer-to-peer transactions between us that still bogged down the system. And we had to come up with a solution. And we were able to. Now, there was a reason why we were able to, because we had a problem with the wallet system in the beginning, first year. Our coin is an abundance-based coin. Its value has been, up until yesterday, we've been basing it on a price of euros, okay? So every member or every person that joins our community and just, signs up and clicks off, reads the membership agreement and checks it off, that they're going to agree with the membership agreement form. They put an email address and they put a name, and that's all. That's all it is. And you become a member. And now we're giving you free coins to just do that. Okay. So every time a member joins our community, it raises the price of our coin, the billion coin. It did raise the price by €1. So at the end of our first year, we had about 97,000 members. So the coin was already valued at 97,000 euros. Okay, which would have put it over 100,000 US dollars per coin. And that was back in March 21st of 2017. Okay, a year ago, a little over a year ago. Okay, so we continued to base the price on euro, even though it's a fiat system. It's just currency, it's not money. It's just like the US dollar / Federal Reserve note. It doesn't belong to any country. It belongs to a private bank. In America, it's the Federal Reserve, and basically that is the private bank throughout the entire Western world. The US dollar used to be the reserve currency of the world. It is no longer, because that system is falling apart, and we are working very hard to get rid of it, because it's been a debt-based system that has destroyed the real American life. And it has created and continued to create and oppress people all over the world and keep them in poverty, when this world is full of abundance, which we have been lied to that it's not. Okay. So the second year of the billion coins existence, we saw massive growth, 30 times growth. We went from 100,000 members to 3 million. Okay. We're right now today a little over 3.1 million. Now, this happened during a very slow period. I mean, it got so slow that we couldn't even make transactions for a while. We couldn't even use it peer-to-peer for a while. It got so backed up. So, of course, our creator immediately started working on new technology, a new blockchain platform 2.0. Okay, the kind that can do transactions like MasterCard and Visa. Okay, just like that. Hundreds of thousands per minute. Meanwhile, all the Bitcoin could do was fork off and create another coin. They're still at about 10 transactions, limited to 10 transactions per second. Okay. What is that? 600 transactions a minute. We can do hundreds of thousands now. And the system is ready. And it was a go as of yesterday. As of yesterday, we have begun migrating 3 million people, 3.1 million people over to the new blockchain platform. So right now there's 2 blockchain platforms out there that are active. One with all 3.1 members, and then this brand new one. And we're moving them over now into that one. Once we get everyone moved over, okay? And all the new people that join will be automatically put on that new one. Then we shut this one down. Close out the servers, they're gone, it's gone. Okay. And the old wallet system, we're doing the same thing. We're putting it on a new wallet system. So all we do is we simply take the coins that are in the old wallet system, transfer them over to a brand new wallet system here, and then we shut that one off. It's gone. Okay, but here's where we're different. We have kept a small part of our system centralized. Okay, and it is an absolute win-win-win situation all around the board, I guess you can call it, because think about it. With the Bitcoin, it's very difficult now that it's in nobody's hands. Satoshi Nakamoto walked away from it. In 2011. I don't think he's coming back. There's no reason for it. Okay. It was good that he walked away because people were saying, well, geez, you know, as long as the creator is right there on top of things, he can change things. You know, can we really trust this coin? This was way back when it got started. Can we really trust it if he can make changes? He came out with a plan. Hey, we're only going to mine 21 million coins, Bitcoins. So there'll be a supply and demand, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to put it in your hands, independent miners all over the world. It's decentralized, it's encrypted, and it's private. Okay, so walking away was a real good thing that he did. The problem is the system is limited. Okay, and I don't see how they can switch over, not when everything's in nobody's hands. Our creator instead created an abundance-based coin, a coin that would never go down in value because members join every day. And if it was based on a euro, each member €1, every day it went up in price. So this is what started to attract people our second year, because they were saying, well, geez, Bitcoin keeps going up and down, up and down. We don't know what's going to happen. The real smart individuals realize, well, it's on a market now. The wealthy can control it. They can buy it all up, raise it up. People jump in, buy some, and then they can crash and sell. And everybody panics and sells, and then their coins are back in the system. The wealthy pick your coins up, okay, and it starts over again. And this way, they slowly end up with all the wealth again, okay. And they're very good at that. Okay, that's what the Federal Reserve is all about. It's a central banking system. They control the wealth. They control the money because they want power. And they have it. They've had it up till now. And they've had it since 1913 when their man, Woodrow Wilson, got elected. And 3 days after he was in office, he signed the Federal Reserve Act. And he betrayed the American people. He gave our monetary system over to a private bank called the Federal Reserve. Wasn't that tricky? Named their bank Federal Reserve, so we all thought it had something to do with the government. Okay, so that's a little history of what happened, what the situation is today. We are now $22 trillion in debt to the private banking system, and it's ridiculous. It's hilarious. It's a joke, okay? It's completely unconstitutional. The IRS is unconstitutional. The IRS had to be created because we, the people, have to pay the interest on the money that's loaned to our government from this private banking system. Oh, they know what they're doing. They've been around for centuries. Okay, they did it in Europe, based themselves out of London. This is the Rothschild family from Germany. Okay, you can look this up. It's just out. It's, you know, they're not hiding. Okay, they don't have to hide anymore. Their structure is so built now that they don't have to hide. The problem is they have been running this system so long now, straight since 1913 here in America. They tried a couple of times, took over the government before with their banking system, but a couple of presidents got rid of them, managed to get rid of them. From 1913 on, we haven't been able to get rid of it, and they've just got stronger and stronger. The only president that came out and tried to get rid of it was John F. Kennedy. We know what happened to him. Okay, his brother, they didn't even let him get close enough to even becoming a president. Okay, and then Nixon, when he won, took us off the gold standard in 1971. That's when we felt a little transition period. We went over to the petrodollar. They told us there was no more gas, no more gas. Okay, some of us remember that. I was 13, but I certainly remember it. sitting in the car with my mom in lines to get gas. And only going on certain days, according to whatever our license plate was. It was crazy. There was all kinds of gas. There's so much gas, it's not even funny. Gasoline, oil, okay? But they did that on purpose, and it was part of the control. Okay, so since then, oh my gosh, it got better, right? Credit cards came out. I talked about this yesterday. I got to go through it again in case you didn't see yesterday's. Credit cards came out. Master Charge, I think, is what the first one was. And, you know, here's a piece of plastic. You can use this as cash. You know, it's just like taking out a loan, an instant loan. You can go buy whatever you want and need right now, and then you can pay for it later. Every month we'll charge you a little, you know, payment fee. If you want to pay off the whole thing, that's fine. But most people, they knew most people weren't going to do that. Okay, so we got ourselves in debt, but at least we had a blast, right? 70s, the 80s were just a blast until we realized, oh my gosh, we just got ourselves in debt. And then the bankruptcy started to hit, okay? And then things just got worse in the 90s. That's when we really started to feel the system collapsing around us. Inflation, mortgage problems, home prices going crazy. But again, that was kind of good, right? We saw our mortgage, we saw the value of our homes going up because of their debt-based system and inflation. We saw we were making more money. But seriously, when was this? 1980. In 1980, I got a job working for California Grocery Association, I think it was called. I worked first in their accounting office, then I worked over at the bakery by USC. And in the office, okay? And I was making $10 an hour in 1980, okay? Which is way, way better than minimum wage back in 1980. I was doing good, okay? I was living on my own and taking care of myself. I had a car. I had guitars, amps, you know, a girlfriend. You know, everything was great. You know what? They're still paying only for jobs like that today. And yet the value of our dollar has gone down, I don't know how much, just ridiculous since 1980. People cannot live on $10 an hour now. What is going on? Their system just can't help itself. It can't fix itself. It has to crash. They don't want it to crash. They keep us right on the edge and of crashing. And then when it gets right to that point, they bail us out, right? This is what they did in 2008. And the only problem was all these people had lost their homes. They lost their IRAs. They lost their stocks and bonds. They lost their retirement. They had to get these reverse mortgages on their homes. It was horrible, okay? 10 years later, we're right there again. Nothing has improved. They keep telling you, oh yeah, things have gotten better. Look at the prices of our homes have gone up. Well, if you look at the reality, it's just horrendous. Okay, if you look at Canada, they're right there on the northern border. The problems in Canada are just, they're probably 6 months ahead of us in their disaster, okay? So, they're literally refinancing their homes. 47% of them are refinancing their homes this year, compared to the usual 25%. Okay, because they need the money just to live. Okay, so our economic situation is never been worse than it is right now. But of course, they cover it up and they use the news to tell us everything's good. But we know better. We know whether we could go out and afford to eat someplace or not. We know. We the people know. We feel it. But we don't know what to do. We've never had a solution to this. Okay, until Bitcoin came out. Now, it ended up not being a solution once it went on the trading market exchange, but it's an option. It's an option to protect your wealth, okay, to protect the wealth you have in fiat currency by purchasing a cryptocurrency that is decentralized and actual money, in spite of what the deep state and the central banking system, people like Warren Buffett will tell you. They demonize it because it scares the heck out of them, because all of their wealth is in fiat currency, which will end up being worth nothing. Okay? The countries in the world are rebelling against the US dollar. They're getting rid of it. They don't want to use it anymore. They're backing up their currency with gold, or they're coming out with their own cryptocurrency. And they're even backing up cryptocurrency with resources, oil or gold. But cryptocurrency is also backed up by the work of the independent miners, just in case you didn't realize that too. It takes a lot of work, a lot of electricity to create even one coin. So when there's work behind it, there's value in it, okay? Ours is based on an algorithm with people, right? Now, as of yesterday, we are now basing the price of our coin, one coin, to gold. Okay, it doesn't make any sense for us to keep pricing it, comparing it to a fiat currency that is going to end up disappearing. Okay, there'll be a new monetary system. The European Union is falling apart as we watch. Right now, you can just see what's going on over there. Britain and France, and then the rest of them. Germany, Greece, Italy, they don't want anything to do with the European Union anymore. Because the people of Britain don't want anything to do with it. Okay, look what's going on over there. The people are really upset. Okay, and it's happening everywhere in the world. So when they stop using the US dollar, like China, the number one consumer of oil in the world, has been using the US dollar. When they switch over to the yuan and completely start using the yuan to buy oil, especially from Saudi Arabia, then they don't need the US dollar. They'll send it back, just like Russia did. Russia doesn't use it. Well, basically they're off the system. They've kicked the deep state out of their country. That's why the deep state has demonized Russia as our enemy. Here they're demonizing a non-communist, a capitalist, democracy, Christian nation is our enemy. We've never even been to war with Russia. We never even been to war with the Soviet Union. In fact, they were our allies against our fight against Germany in World War II. Okay, but now they're not even communists. China is still communist, but they're like half communist and half capitalist. We've got McDonald's. We're doing business in China. Okay, so they're coming over, but you saw what happened with North Korea, Trump, China, Russia, South Korea. They're making peace, right? That's what we're all about. Patriots and Trump. We're all about making peace around the world, getting rid of the deep state, bringing control of our monetary system back to us, and freeing up our people. It's about freedom. This is why I'm so passionate, because I'm passionate about freedom. I'm passionate about truth. So I'm out here because we are now migrating our coin from the old blockchain 1.0 to a super duper fast blockchain platform 2.0. Over the next 90 days, we will complete that migration. What is going to stop us when we can do transactions at the cash register just like Visa and MasterCard? Okay, we can flash our QR code, bam, the transaction goes right through. It's just in seconds, just like a MasterCard. There's no waiting for 2 minutes for things to confirm and then maybe 5 minutes. Okay, sir, you can have your sandwich now. It went through. Your Bitcoin went through. Okay? Mark my word. If we grew 30 times last year during a horrendously slow period, and we max that again, or we just do that only grow 30 times from 3.1 million, we'll be at 85 million in 12 months. At 85 million, we will have our own economy. We'll be able to use the billion coin, the Kringle coin, anywhere we want. And we haven't even reached our billion people yet, which is our goal and why we call ourselves the billion coin. First of all, because we're only going to produce a billion coin. Second of all, with our first billion owners, our first billion members that have Kringles, we'll max our price out. Now, based on the euro, when it would have maxed out at 1 billion euros. Okay, but right now we're basing it on gold. From now on, it's on gold, grains of gold. Every member is worth 1 grain of gold. What is a grain of gold worth today? In euros, it's worth 2.2 euros. Okay, so we just more than doubled the value of our coin. So we just all got a pay raise. Okay. But it makes sense because it's now valued on something based in value and compared to something that's real. Okay, and it's going to always be real because that's the way gold is, right? Gold and silver, platinum, any kind of resource that's, has a limited supply is valued as money. And gold and silver has always been valued as money. So anyway, I wanted to talk today, and I realize it's already been a half hour almost, about a letter I got in the email from Robert Kiyosaki. And let me go over here. First, let me check my live chat, see who's on. I always forget to do that. I could be talking here and nobody could be hearing me or something like that. Let's see here. Could be talking here and nobody could be hearing me or something like that. Okay. It sounds like I'm doing all right. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Diana. You guys are so awesome. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for every remark you make. It really helps. Don't forget, you haven't already. You've already hit my thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. Let me see if there's any actual questions. You guys are so smart, you never have any questions. Thank you so much for all your kind words. Okay, so let me go over, where did I put that? There's also something I'd love to show you guys about what Warren Buffett has said about Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, Warren Buffett is an investor here in America. He's one of the wealthiest people in the world. And of course, his wealth is all based on fiat currency from the central banking system. So he's totally central bank. And so he demonizes cryptocurrency. All right, let me just go back to that email letter. Oh my gosh. Now I can't even find it. There we go. Okay. And it's also, I titled it the name of this video, and that is, we've always heard that it takes money to make money. Well, it doesn't anymore. Okay. It's really not true. And he came out right out and said it. And I don't even know if this, I'm sure he's into cryptocurrency, but he doesn't talk about it too much. But he starts out by saying, we've all heard the saying, it takes money to make money. The belief in this stopped a lot of people from becoming free. But today, this idea is actually obsolete. Okay. Right now, I'm seeing new ways to make money, and lots of it as an investor with very minimal investment. Oh, man. Okay. Now, Diana, and you guys know already what I'm talking about when it comes to the billion coin, right? The leverage is unbelievable. If somebody invests, which is purchasing $100 worth of our Kringle, we're going to reward them with one full coin. And it's currently worth 7 million euros. If you compare it to the price of gold, 7 million. I'm just going to say $7 million. Okay. $100 will buy you 7 million right now. For those of you who don't know or don't have or are not a part of our community yet, that's real. It's not a scam. You're not buying it from admin. I didn't create the coin. All of us doing these live broadcasts, anybody that's a member of our community, we're the ones that have the coins that you can buy from. Okay, admin, right now, all he's doing is giving the coin away. Okay, he's in charge of giving the coin away. He's giving 250 Kringles based on the price of gold to anybody who wants it free. You just sign up. The link is below in the description of the video, of my video. There's I need to update that video as soon as the system really gets going here with the migration, but there's a video that will walk you through how you sign up and get your free Kringles. Okay, right now, it was worth $1,000, close to $1,000, but now that we're pricing it on gold, it's worth over $2,000. Free, we're giving it to you. Why? You say, why are you giving it to us? Because admin knows that the more people that join and have the coin, that raises the value of the price of our coin. We need to get to 1 billion people as fast as we can to max out the price of the coin. Then we have enough people and enough wealth and enough abundance to take care of the other 6.5 billion people on Earth. Okay, that's why we designed the coin for 1 billion instead of, what is Bitcoin, 21 million? It's not enough to end poverty in the world. Our coin will end poverty in the world. Okay, not only that, but because we have that small centralization that we can control something, we really are a community. We really know each other. We can balance out the wealth and spread it out over our membership by doing little promos that are designed to say, hey, we'll do this, we'll do that for you, we'll reward you for giving the coin away. Because if you're helping the community grow, I'm going to reward you. And we're not going to let the wealthy come in and buy up all of our coins. Okay, because we can see the transactions, we can control the wallets, and we can stop it. If anybody discounts or if anybody is doing something they shouldn't be doing, we have control. There's no control, people, in a completely uncentralized cryptocurrency. There's no control like that. The rich can come in and manipulate it just like they do at CoinMarketCap with Bitcoin. Okay, you saw it go up to $20,000 a coin in December. It went way down to 4,000 or 5,000 a coin within 2 months. Okay, and now you see it up there just hovering around $8,000, $9,000. Okay, when is it going to start going up again? It will, but especially now that tax season is over. Because see, if you got your money on a trading exchange, you can be taxed. Okay, you fall into the regulatory system, which is what we want to get rid of. We want to get off of it. It's just another system that sucks money from the people. Like taxes suck money from the people, like fees, bank account charges. The banks just know how to suck money out of you. Okay? So do the churches. But if you're offering the churches, that's another deal altogether. But if they're demanding that you pay tithing or, you're going to go to hell, then that's ridiculous. Okay, now I got off subject. Back on to where I'm going with all this. You don't need money right now to make money. Okay, yes, you need $100, but guess what? If you don't want to cough up $100 for $7 million right now, that will eventually be worth $2.2 billion when we hit our first billion people, members. If you don't want to do that, and you'd be nuts not to, if you don't want to do that, we have a way where you can come in and you can refer and give the gift away to your family members, your friends, and we will give you a full coin for doing that. Okay? Just get into our system. Okay? Get your wallet. It's a lifetime wallet for $10, but it's also a year's full of a back office, your own independent website where you've got all kinds of training. You've got a link that will direct people to you giving them the gift. So we keep track of what you're doing. We can reward you. It keeps track of your cookie rewards, which is what we call those. And then the cookie rewards are redeemed during a redemption period for real Kringles. And this way we don't lose coins. I mean, we've got it down to a science, people. Okay, we're so far ahead. We're 2 years ahead of everybody else because we've designed our coin differently. And we've got the best of both worlds. We're completely private, but we have just a little non-privacy. It's in the hands of some very, very good people. Very, very good-hearted people. And we know what we're doing. Okay, so come and join because it doesn't cost you anything except $10. Okay, $10. And guess what? That $10 pays not only for your wallet for lifetime, in your back office for a whole year, then you have to pay another $10 for that. But it pays for a lifetime of transaction fees. There's no transaction fees. You can be making purchases every day, 100 purchases. You won't pay one single nothing for a transaction fee. It's free transaction fees because we're not set up that way. We're not set up to gouge people. We're not an independent miner system, okay? We're set up so that we can completely be 100% about abundance. Abundance, not scarcity, which is the way we've been trained since we were born. Well, sorry, honey, I don't have enough money for that. Maybe next month. Wait till your birthday. Whatever it is, it shouldn't be that way, okay? But that's all we've ever known. So we're going to change that, and it's going to happen very, very fast. Because like I said, just in the next 12 months, we're going to grow so much because of our new blockchain platform and our ability to make transactions that fast. What do you think is going to happen? People, merchants, retailers, service providers are going to say, whoa, yeah, we'll take your coin. It's just like Visa and MasterCard, but there's no banking system involved. We're actually getting the money instantly in our own private wallets. And the coin only goes up in value every day, so I can have complete confidence in this. Oh, I'm taking it. Bring your coin to us. Okay, as soon as it gets to the point where they can turn around and use that coin to repurchase their product, to resell, that's it. We've got our own economy. Okay? So imagine when we get to 1 billion, which we should in a couple of years. I mean, there's just no way it cannot. And it doesn't matter if another coin comes out that's based on an algorithm of some sort that's like ours. It's an abundance-based coin. So there is a coin. There is a coin coming out a year from now from Telegram. It's on an algorithm. Okay, the price will go up every day. Okay, because it's based on every time someone makes a purchase, they raise the price of their coin by a fraction. Or they will raise the coin. The next person has to buy it a little bit more, just a tiny little bit. Okay, the point is, every time someone joins that community, the value of that coin will go up. So it will go up every day. Never, ever. It's impossible for it to go down. Same as ours. And people are understanding what an abundance-based coin is. Okay, they see what's going on with cryptocurrency on the trading exchanges. They see they're frustrated every day with it going up one day and then down 3 days in a row and then up a little bit. Oh, thank God. Oh, it went up 2 days in a row. Oh, thank God. It's going back. Well, there it goes, back down again 4 days in a row. Okay, it's very frustrating to somebody who's trying to deal with that kind of a cryptocurrency. If they would just hold on to it, then it's automatically going to be worth more the following year because of supply and demand alone. Okay. But we need a system that's going to move a whole lot faster than that. We need a system that can handle all 7.5 billion people, in fact, 15 billion people, 30 billion people, There's enough room on the earth for as many as we want. And there's enough resources. The resources, there's no shortage of resources. We've been lied to. There's all kinds of food, all kinds of water, all kinds of energy. Tesla created free wireless energy back in the 30s. Okay, but the central banking system found out about it and said, hey, no way. We got to shut this guy down. We got to shut this Nikola Tesla down. We got to hide this technology from the world because it's going to put us out of business. We're charging every human on the earth for our electricity to be wired to their house. And this guy's going to come along and give it to us, give the whole world free energy? No. Okay? They're evil. They're so bloody evil. Don't even get me started. Okay? And now they're coming out with wireless electricity. But guess what? It's because technology has grown to the point where they can control it. Just like Wi-Fi should be free. But they have a way to control it. Cellular phones should be free. But they have a way to control it. They can turn a little button and shuts off something in the tower, your modem, whatever's in your home, and you don't have it no more. Okay? We are going to change that. And there's nothing to fear because we have plenty of things to keep people working if they want to work. But people won't have to work unless they want to work. And they're going to want to work. There's people that just love doing all kinds of things, building things, working the nastiest jobs in the world. They like to do it. Okay, and if they don't jump on board, then they're going to have no choice but to go to somebody that does have the billion coin, does have Kringles, and say, yeah, put me to work. Give me your Kringles. But instead of giving them a minimum wage or some ridiculous, pathetic amount of money where they can't even take care of them, barely take care of themselves, much less a spouse or kids, we're going to give them abundance that they can completely support their family of 5. 2 cars, 3 kids, spouse, no worry about any bills. Yeah, we can't even hardly comprehend that, can we? Okay, so let me get back to Robert Kiyosaki's little email that I got about it doesn't take money to make money. Okay, when he says that, he says right here, he goes, another old saying goes something like, no risk, no reward. We've heard that, right? Hey, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to get a reward. Okay, and then Robert says, I have never agreed with that. The best investor gets knowledge that reduces that risk, reduces the risk. Excuse me. This knowledge helps an investor find and seize the right kind of opportunities. While everything has risk, the kind of business I'm talking about has practically very little risk. Potential of generating millions, even for small solo entrepreneurs just starting out. I know it sounds too good to be true, but trust me, this opportunity is for real. Okay, now when somebody like Robert, I don't know what business he's talking about, but I can guarantee you from having known Robert for many years because of his books, Rich Man, Poor Man, the entire series, I know what he's accomplished. I know what he's done. I know what he stands for. And this is a very, very giving man, okay? He's a Vietnam veteran. He drove helicopters in combat situations over in Vietnam when he was in the 60s, okay? And he has spent his entire life teaching others how to manage their money, educate their kids about money, and do things that will make them free. Become business owners with cash flow businesses. Okay, now, after all these years, cryptocurrency has come in, and now we have a whole new animal on our hands that is absolutely awesome. Okay, it's like if we never knew what a dog was, and all of a sudden there were dogs in the world. Man's best friend. You know how much dogs love us. It's crazy. How can we not love dogs when they love us so much? It's insane. Okay. It's like babies. They just love us. How can we not love them? Okay. So he says, just make sure you're following the right teacher. I stress that a lot, but that is because so many of the gurus out there are complete frauds. But honestly, even if you find yourself following a fraud and failing miserably, those failings are life lessons. Sometimes those lessons are the best and fastest way to learn. In all things, there are winners and there are learners. Okay, not losers. We've been told that. Okay, I'll just say it. We've been told that BS all our lives. You're either a winner or you're a loser. No, you're a winner or you're a learner. Okay, and then he says, I'm not saying to go out and just follow anyone. Obviously, the better the teacher, the better the student. That is why I introduce you to people I trust from time to time, which he has. That's what his whole book system has been about all these years. But do not let the fear of following a bad teacher stop you. Okay? It's better to take action than to do nothing. Okay? I can't overemphasize that to you right now. It's better to take action than to do nothing. If you're watching this video and you're hearing me, it's better to get involved, even to come in free and join our membership and join our community. Get yourself some education. Believe me, you'll have no problem coming up with that $10 fee to pay for your back office for a year and a wallet for life. And then when you see the promos and realize that you can get a coin that's worth $7 million right now for $100, because we're spreading the wealth out. We're not going to allow a bunch of rich people to come in and buy up all our coin and leave just scraps for the masses. That's what all the other cryptocurrencies are going to end up happening to. Okay? They're on a market. Okay? That's how the stock market works. That's how Warren Buffett made his money. People like that. Okay? So the system is, but now you not only have an option, which is what all the other cryptocurrencies are, is an option to protect your wealth, but now you have in the Kringle coin, you have a solution, because it's real wealth, it's real money. And not only that, but it can be used just like a Visa or MasterCard at the cash register. Not today, but it will be very soon. Do you understand? That's why we're talking about this in a 24-hour period. We've got almost all 48 slots, because there's supposed to be for half-hour slots. A lot of us who love to talk, we go over our time, especially if there was nobody set for, like I was set 5, and then I looked at the 5:30 slot. There was nobody there until 6. So I'll be trying to get off in 10 minutes, just in case you want to go watch someone else. But even if I go on, you can stick with me. Or, of course, these videos always stay in our channel, so you can watch them whenever you want to. Just subscribe, and you'll always know when I'm live, and then you can always click on and watch it whenever you feel like it, whenever it's a good time for you. Okay. So Robert finishes this email by saying, it's better to take action than to do nothing. Fear is the enemy of learning. And learning is what all investors and entrepreneurs need to be doing. Okay? I don't know. I've always been that way when it comes to learning. Of course, I'm not an educated person when it comes to, the college, high school education type thing, where, you learn everything. Everything they tell you they want you to learn. Chemistry, government. I mean, I've got all the bases down. I went to high school, but I didn't go to college. I didn't get a degree in anything. Okay. So where I spent my time as a passionate reader was whatever subject was an interest to me, then I'd gobble it up. I'd buy the book, or I'd ask my mom, buy me the book. Okay. When I've showed you the books, I still got books from my mom. When I was 13, she gave me this book. Okay, The Naked Capitalist talks all about the central banking system. Okay, I've got this book, The World is Flat. I've got so many books, it's not even funny. Okay, but they're all in subjects that I love. And then I have a short-term memory problem, and so I can't remember. And so I'm no Ben Shapiro, where he's got it all in his head, right? Or even Ann Coulter, because she's written books and she's passionate about the books that she writes, the subjects she writes, so she can talk her stuff. Like Ben Shapiro, he can talk his stuff. Jordan Peterson, he can talk his stuff. There's guys out there with minds that work really, really well, so thank God. But it doesn't mean they're perfect. It doesn't mean they're better than you. They're not. It's just, that's how we are as humanity. We learn things. God has a plan for each of us. He sets us forward. He makes sure we follow that plan. We don't have a choice like we have a choice. No, we don't have a choice. Yes, we make choices, but those choices are based on causes and effects. Okay? So, let me see what this kind of... Okay, so let me get back to... That's the end of his letter, basically. Okay. Now, the only other thing I want to show you, and I think I'm going to just share my screen with you on this one because this is just ridiculous. So ridiculous. Okay. Hang on, I'm getting there. Figure out what I did wrong here. Okay, let me try that again. Screen share. Share. Present to everyone. Okay. I do believe I'm sharing now. Okay. Well, there's Warren Buffett. Okay. He's an old fart. I couldn't help myself. He's completely central banking system. Okay. And here's what Warren Buffett, this came out today on CNBC. Buffett explained something people still don't understand about Bitcoin. When it comes to Bitcoin, the billionaire investor Warren Buffett wants to make one thing clear. Unlike buying stocks, bonds, or real estate, buying Bitcoin is not an investment. That's because it lacks intrinsic value, Buffett says. If you buy something like Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency, you don't have anything that is producing anything, Buffett says in an interview with Yahoo Finance. You're just hoping the next guy pays more, and you only feel you'll find the next guy to pay more if he thinks he's going to find someone that's going to pay more. You aren't investing when you do that. You're speculating. Okay, this is what they told me had to take us off the gold standard in 71 because there were gold speculators that were messing everything up. It was a complete lie. Okay. Now he goes on, the article goes on, famous for his buy and hold investment strategy, the Berkshire Hathaway CEO built his company and his $82.8 billion net worth backing, and that's all in fiat currency, okay? It's all central banking system based. That's why he is so scared of cryptocurrency, because he doesn't have his wealth based on private cryptocurrency. Imagine how freaky that is for people like Buffett. Okay, the Berkshire Hathaway is his company and his $82 billion, okay, backing companies that have substantive value. Oh, really? Put together a portfolio of companies, he says, whose aggregate earnings march upward over the years. And so also will the portfolio's market value. Well, sure, that does happen. Okay, that does happen if you just write it out. it did in the past, way in the past. Like I said, from the 90s on, it hasn't worked out so well anymore. Buffett wrote in his 1996 letter. See, there he is, his 96 letter to shareholders, because it was working back then to a degree. He says, if you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. So that's all good. That's all good advice for what it was back in 96. To be an investment, what you're buying has to be worth something on its own, Buffett says. For example, if you buy something like a farm, an apartment house, or an interest in the business, and look to the asset itself to determine whether you've done something, what the farm produces and the business earns is a perfectly satisfactory investment. Buffett explains to Yahoo Finance, you look at the investment itself to deliver the return to you. If you ban trading in farms, you can still buy farms and have a perfectly decent investment, Buffett says. Bitcoin, however, only increases in value by being bought and sold. See, that's a lie right there. It's supply and demand. Okay. Yes, bought and sold will affect the price, but it doesn't go up without coming back down. Okay. Once it's on a trading exchange, then the central bank control it. But if it wasn't controlled, like our coin, the Kringle coin, the Billion coin, then that scares the absolute devil out of these guys. Okay. But it is, again, our coin is based on people. It's real. The price always goes up, and we're only going to have 1 billion coins. Here's your supply and demand. Okay, so he's out and out lying, or he's just so stupid about cryptocurrency. I mean, he's just, like I said, an old fart who knows nothing but what he has done to make his money. And you know how people are, like us old people. We have a hard time with technology, okay, with new tech, you know. I don't know. I don't want to judge the guy, but I'm just being funny. But you know, I really, it despises me to see these individuals who have this fear because they're so a part of that system and they so want to control us. They want the money. There's only 2,000 billionaires in the world. 2,000 out of 7.5 billion. That is pathetic. That's why we're in the problems we have, because those 2,000 people are not good people. If they were, they'd be doing something to spread their wealth out and making things more abundant. But no, they have purposely grabbed the control of the money to where now, as of 1916, they have 99% of the wealth, and the other 1% of the world has all the other, what's left. Okay, it's ridiculous. Okay. All right, he goes on and says, if you ban trading in Bitcoin, which nobody knows exactly what it is. Oh, we don't? Maybe you don't, Warren, but we do. People would say, well, why in the world would I buy it? But see, a lot of people still don't know about cryptocurrency. And he's talking to those. He's talking to those, okay? Understand what he's doing here. Okay. The Oracle of Omaha has held this opinion since at least 2014 when he told CNBC of cryptocurrency. It's a mirage, basically. The idea that it has some huge intrinsic value is just a joke in my view, Buffett said. In 2017, Bitcoin soared from below 1,000 at the start of the year to over 19,000 in December, catching the attention of everyone from JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, or Demon, whatever it is, D-I-M-O-N, to NFL players. Tuesday, Bitcoin traded near $8,900 according to CoinDesk Price Index. Buffett sees a bleak future for the digital currency. In terms of cryptocurrencies generally, I can say with almost certainty that they will come to a bad ending. How can they? How can they? That's the truth. You can't. Buffett told CNBC in January, when it happens or how or anything else, I don't know. Well, of course he doesn't know, because it's just not true. You can't stop cryptocurrency. It is the future. Okay, but he's trying. He's trying his best to get the dumb people be afraid of it. Afraid of this being our control. Okay, so the article goes on. Of course, Buffett has been wrong about backing new technologies before. He missed opportunities to invest in Google, Amazon, decisions he now calls mistakes. Isn't that interesting? He says, I did not think founder Jeff Bezos could succeed on the scale he has, Buffett said to shareholders in May 2017. Crypto enthusiasts argue that Buffett doesn't understand blockchain-based coins, and he has admitted as much. Still, many other investing experts like CNBC's Jim Craver, Ken O'Leary, and Tony Robbins also call buying cryptocurrencies a gamble. They suggest thinking of it like rolling the dice in Vegas. Okay, they're so full of crap. Okay, that was me. As long as you can afford to lose, because if you're reading along here, as long as you can afford to lose everything you put into it, go with it. O'Leary told CNBC, make it in December 2017. Okay, that's also another lie. Because if you go into it, if you can afford to go into it, you won't lose anything if you hang on to it. Because no matter how it fluctuates in price, it's going to be higher the following year than it was the year before because of supply and demand. Okay, the mindset is all right, or that mindset is all right with Buffett. There's nothing wrong with it if you want to gamble. Okay, now he's talking about the trading exchange, which is true. You're gambling when you go onto the trading exchange and start playing that game every day instead of just hanging on to it and leave it alone. So he goes on and says that somebody else will come along and pay you more money tomorrow. Buffett tells Yahoo Finance. That's one kind of game. That is non-investing. Okay, that's it. That's the article. Do you understand how scared these central banking and the central bankers are? So this is a reality, friends. And I'm going to go ahead and get off now because it's past 6, and I know there was somebody scheduled for 6. But I'm trying to keep these down to an hour or less as it is. And I've got a ton more information I can tell you. But I just wanted to let you know that it does not take money to make money anymore. Not with cryptocurrency. Okay? But you got to look at the right kind of cryptocurrency, which is our cryptocurrency, an abundance-based cryptocurrency. Okay? This is huge of us going onto this new blockchain platform. It's going to change the entire world of cryptocurrency. We're going to speed up. We're going to pass the 12 million people that are involved with Bitcoin, just like that. Our 3.1 million is going to just go blasting past 12 million. We will go to 85 million. We'll go to 100 million in 12 months. We could go to 1 billion in 12 months. It's really simple. We just double ourselves 9 times and we're there. Okay, and the blockchain platform that we're going to be on won't stop us. It would have had we stayed on the other one. It did stop us last year, and yet we still grew by 30 times. Okay, so get involved. You know, it is a solution to everything economically. All your money system. It is a solution to backing your wealth. It's as if you had gold buried in your backyard or silver that can be stolen by somebody, except you can't steal cryptocurrency. But always have something to try to protect yourself during a transition, because there will be a transition. A crash is coming. We, even patriots in the Trump, have to crash it. That's the only way to get rid of that system, is to crash it. And then we have already prepared a soft transition into a new currency that will be backed most likely by gold. Okay, that's not written in stone, but you know what I'm saying. We're going to be off and away from, even if the central banking system were to win this thing and hang on to the control, keep the narrative, and blame Trump and us for all the problems, it would not only be a really rough transition where the food would be off the shelves and medicines wouldn't be available, and all kinds of horror would happen that has happened in other countries. But they'd still end up coming back after they stole all your money from the bank and said, we need it, we'll give you an IOU. They would still have to come back and put the whatever fiat system, their currency that to come out, and it'd have to base it in gold again for people to have confidence in it again. Okay, but what would they do over time again? They'd take that gold, just like they did over the last decade, over the last century. Okay, we don't want that system anymore. It's gone. It's history. We want it gone, and we want it to be history. Okay, so use our coin to protect yourselves financially. That is huge, people. Huge. It's not scary. Just learn a little bit about it and get a little bit on hand. If you spend $100, you can instantly become a multi-millionaire. And when we get to our first billion, you'll be worth it'll be worth 2.3 billion dollars if you compare it to euros. Okay, in gold it'll be 2.2 billion, whatever, grains of gold, worth of grains of gold. Okay, so you'll have wealth for $100 as a backup. What do you have to lose? That's like, you know, like I've said before, that's like taking the kids out for dinner or a night at the movies, you know, with popcorn and snacks. You spend $100 right there. Okay, spend $100 on your financial future and the financial future of your family, your children, their children. You'll never see this kind of leverage again in your life. It's only happening now because of technology. It's like, here I am back in the days when Microsoft just got started, and I'm trying to tell you, hey, my name is Bill Gates, and this is my thing, and guess what? If you buy my stock, it's going to go up in value like you won't believe. If you buy it right now, you're going to end up a multimillionaire. Now, how many people believed him? Only the ones that took the time to go check it out and say, wow, that is the future. Okay, so that's where we are right now. We're trying to get the word out and saying, hey, this is the current situation. It's been like this for decades, you know, and we don't want to see it. We keep our blinders onto it because we're afraid. We don't even want to think about losing it. And yet we saw what happened in 2008. I did. I had friends that literally lost everything. I mean, they lost. Oh. Okay. And so, all right, I'll let you guys go. I'm already scheduled for tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Oh, today's Taco Tuesday. Awesome. And I'm reminding you guys too. Okay. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll be here same time, same place, same channel, 5 o'clock. And we'll talk about some more fun stuff. Okay. All right. Get some information. All of the links are down below. Start educating yourself. It doesn't take that much, you know, 5-10 minutes a day, and you'll end up with all the knowledge you want after a week or two. Okay. There's plenty of time. We're migrating. It's going to take 90 days, but you can get involved. It doesn't matter, because I'm telling you, this new blockchain is going to blow everything away. It's going to make all the difference in what's happening. And I don't care how old you are. Get involved. I don't care how young you are. You can sign up your toddler. You can sign up your 1-week-old baby. They just need a name and an email address, because you're going to get 2 emails that you have to confirm, and that will actually create the wallet, deposit your Kringles in, and set you up with your back office, which is free for 30 days. You pay your $10, and then you've got it for a whole year. In fact, you may just have to pay it now. It may not be optional. Okay, it's nothing. Okay, it's nothing. It's so worth it. It's not even $10 is like the cost of a pizza, right? Give me a break. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Have fun. Okay, don't eat too many tacos.